What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to show you the Halloween vendor in Throne and Liberty. You just have to go to Stoneguard at the bottom east of the map right here. And once you reach Stoneguard, you want to be going to this gift box icon on your map and meet the Halloween event merchant. When interacting with the vendor, there are a variety of items that you can purchase, but you'll require the Dimension Pumpkin currency, which you can get from queuing the new Halloween dungeon, which is called the Haunted Labyrinth. So before queuing up for the dungeon, which I'm going to show you guys later, you'll want to check in and collect these candy corns. Click on the icon on your minimap, and you can claim these candy corns daily. And if you miss any, you can always rectify check-ins by paying with Solon. Alright, to use these candy corns, you just have to queue for the new Haunted Labyrinth dungeon. You can either do this by going to the menu, go to the co-op dungeon, or you can use the party boards. After that, you have to clear the dungeon and reach to the final boss, which is called Embergourd. I'll be showing you the full guide on how to complete the Haunted Labyrinth dungeon as well as kill the last boss, Embergourd, at the end of this video. You can only queue this dungeon for a limited time, I think until the end of Halloween or mid of November, so be sure to take this opportunity to do so. So after you beat the last boss, there'll be a pumpkin cage, kind of like chest. You can loot it. There's cool rewards, including this cool mask. There's a morph that will allow you to shapeshift, some gear upgrade tokens, and many more. Alright, when you enter the dungeon, there are a couple of mobs, jack-o'-lantern mobs that you need to clear. They're basically just like regular dungeon mobs. It's a beautiful dungeon, fully decorated with Halloween theme. We have the pumpkins, candles, spiders, bats, all of those good stuff. And I really appreciate what the devs have done right here. So you want to be clearing the dungeon right until the end of the hallway until you find this pumpkin flying cart where everyone can get in, and then you just have to trigger the activation device and the flying cart will start flying to the other side of the chasm. Then the pumpkin cart will kind of like run out of fuel, so you'll need to find this kind of like pumpkin fuel, which I'll show you later on. But now you have to clear all the mobs around here, and then there'll be a staircase with a huge gate where you can interact with the gate to open or close it. Enter there and you can kill all these mobs and find this pumpkin fuel. So if you look at your buff or your party member buff, you'll see this kind of like pumpkin icon. Those are the pumpkin fuel that you need to use in front of the flying pumpkin cart. Once you have enough, the pumpkin cart will fly again, which will lead you to the next destination. So while flying, you'll need to counter, I think, these bats, otherwise you'll be knocked off. Of course, you can morph and fly to the opposite chasm, but you have to be careful if they push you too far back. So once you reach to the next destination, you just have to clear a bunch of mobs once again until you meet the Pumpkin Watch Captain, which is kind of like a mini-boss. So this mini-boss will summon a couple of pumpkins, which they'll be chasing you around. You have to avoid them. And if you're stuck in one, I'm not sure if your friend or your party member can actually help you out. If you sit in this pumpkin mass, eventually you'll die at the end. So best just to avoid all of these pumpkins. Once you've beaten this mini boss, there'll be a checkpoint and you have to go inside and reach this huge hallway with the final boss, Embergourd. Alright, before reaching the huge hall where the boss is, you need to go through this puzzle where there'll be a huge pumpkin that's rolling around. And if you get hit by it, it'll one-shot you. So everyone in your party member will turn into a smaller pumpkin. You just have to go to this small, tucked-in kind of like space. Just hide there and wait and time it properly and avoid the huge pumpkin part. So there are a few mechanics that you need to know for this boss. Firstly, he'll shoot fireballs at random party members, which doesn't do that much damage. For the next ability, he'll pull everyone into him and create a ring. So you can either stay minimum range near the boss or you can stay max range. Don't get inside of the ring or you'll get massive damage. After that, he has this ability where he casts Rain of Fire, where you just have to avoid it. There'll be kind of like this device as well. They're doing AoE on the ground. Just avoid them. He'll also do this Cone of Flame on multiple lines on the floor. So you just have to avoid them. The next ability you have to pay attention to, there'll be a row of pumpkins coming towards you. So you just have to go inside one of the pumpkin that is glowing. So if you don't get inside, before the boss casts his like ultimate ability, you will die. So if you're inside the pumpkin, it will destroy the pumpkin instead, and you'll be safe. And his final ability will be he'll be transforming every one of you in the party into flying insects. You just have to fly towards and reach the boss before he casts his ability, which will obliterate or one shot anyone that is still in insect form. There are these flying bats as well while you're in the insect form, so I think you just need to avoid them. So that's pretty much the abilities of the last boss. And you just have to rinse and repeat and survive and finally kill the boss. So at the end, there'll be like this pumpkin catch, which you just have to loot. You'll need the candy corn currency, which I've explained to you at the start of this video. And you can spend the candy corns with one of the rewards here. We have the cool pumpkin mask. You can get the dimension pumpkin currency, so you can use them to purchase the rewards from the Halloween vendor at Stone Guard. There are a couple of Halloween mobs that you can choose. Army toy rewards, some food, ornate coins, and also this pouch where you can choose one of your equipment or weapon upgrades. That wraps up this video for today. This is your regular adventurer Kasum. Thank you for watching and peace out.